Greetings once again, beloved multiversal soul familia. In this session, before we go into the cards, we're going to have a bit of a discussion about the cards. Oracle cards and tarot are divine tools for insight and growth. They have been long misunderstood, often being miscategorized as witchcraft or tools of manipulation. Because, well, to be rather frank, some do utilize these types of tools in that manner. However, these sacred divination systems, when used with the right intentions, serve as mirrors of divine wisdom. Rather than being mystical forces of control, they are pathways for clarity, self-reflection, and even spiritual alignment. At their core, both Oracle and Tarot are tools for gaining insights into life's journey. They do not predict a fixed fate, but instead reflect the energies at play, offering guidance, encouragement, and perspectives that may not be immediately visible. Now, the difference between tarot and oracle is that tarot consists of a structured deck of 78 cards divided into major and minor arcana, each carrying deep archetypal symbolism, used to explore spiritual themes, even personal evolution, and specific situations. Now, oracle cards are more free form. So this is why on this channel we use multiple tools, materials, and modalities to convey messages, more often through storytelling. An oral tradition that I aim to keep alive. And with oracle cards being more free form and varying in structure, they can carry direct messages and affirmations, high vibrational affirmations, and intuitive themes. They offer a more gentle and more flexible way to receive guidance, insights, and realize or relearn teachable moments. This is not witchcraft, but divine reflection. And a common misconception is that pulling cards is like an act of summoning or controlling unseen forces. In reality, these tools work through intuition and alignment with our higher consciousness. Just as one might receive sudden knowing and gut feelings, or synchronistic messages in waking life, cards function as conduits for these divine insights. So using Oracle and Tarot in a mindful, high vibrational way aligns with sacred principles founded in many spiritual traditions, including the Abrahamic religions and Eastern traditions. In the Law of One teachings, beloveds, everything is energy, and divination tools can act as reflectors of the collective consciousness, helping us align with our highest timeline. The key lies in intention. When used with a pure heart, tarot and oracle serve as divine messengers rather than forces of manipulation. And here's how these tools benefit the collective. Far from being self-serving or fear-based, tarot and oracle readings can uplift individuals and the collective by providing clarity. They help us navigate uncertainty by offering new perspectives, encouraging growth. Insights from the cards can reveal areas for healing and transformation. Delivering positive feedback, continuously contributing to that positive feedback loop. Affirmative messages can be powerful reminders of one's inner strength and divine support. And number 4, as mentioned just a moment ago, serving as teachable moments. Challenges in readings reflect opportunity for learning and self-mastery. And I don't know about you guys, but I myself, I'm on that path. I'm stuttering because I just got excited about sharing and conveying that message. Healing, learning, relearning, and self-mastery. Which also means transcending the false self and tempering the ego. And some of these decks, these oracle decks, like this one in specific, is for shadow work. So I have multiple oracle decks for multiple purposes, multiple themes for sessions, and a broader collective reach. I have a deck that can suit just about anyone's walk of life and offer teachable moments and insights, moments to reflect on and integrate. So, a little something for everyone, even if everyone is not for it, okay? When approached with integrity, these tools help us become empowered co-creators of our reality rather than passive recipients of fate. So With that, there is a call to action, a call to see with an open heart. Rather than fearing these sacred tools, we can embrace them as reflections of our own soul's wisdom, whether through a tarot spread or a single oracle pull. The messages are never about control. They are about remembrance, encouragement, and divine alignment. When used as instruments of light, oracle and tarot can be powerful allies in raising the collective consciousness, guiding individuals towards their highest path, and fostering a world where wisdom, love, and sovereignty prevail. So next time you see someone shuffling a deck, remember, we're not over here casting spells. And that goes for many others who do the same thing. Just because you see others out there using tools like this for destruction and manipulation does not mean you can put all of us in a box. We might just be listening to the whispers of the divine. The one and only source of all that is, was, and will ever be. Our grand architect and co-creator. The only true God. 1, 2, 2, 1 on the timer. You know we can't ignore a angel number, even if we've heard it 100 times before. So here we go. Actually, the last time it was 2112 and then 5005. So now it's 1221. Although I'm well aware that we've had this number come up in other sessions as well. Nevertheless, let's go into it in terms of manifestation. A powerful sign that the universe is urging us to focus our energy and thoughts on belief in ourselves and our capacity to create our reality. We are close, but our angels in the upright are close by and ready to support us. Let's look a little closer here. It's time to get started on what we have been preparing for. We're so close to living the life that our heart has aimed for. And our guides, that miraculous aid and angelic help, is there every step of the way. Being persistent and confident that our manifestations will come into existence. It's also an indication that our spiritual journey is taking a new direction and new opportunities for growth. Time to trust our intuition and step out of our comfort zones. Alright, now we're going to go into, this deck is a combination of Work Your Light and Starseed Oracle. So whatever comes out, free form random messages for the collective. Let's tell a story that's more like a documentary, shall we? Let's tell a story that's more like a documentary. Outcomes. Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Let's take a look at the guidebook. Here we go. Earth School. Oops. I don't remember this one, even though it's been out before. All right. Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul. And life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right. They're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps with this understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. If this card has been pulled and you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. It can also mean that we're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or a training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as souls while we're here on Earth. And the inquiry with this card is, how are you being called to grow or learn? All right, now let's go into Beyond Lemuria. For a bit of affirmation, insight, and teachable moments, higher learning, soul growth, and life lessons that we are meant to hear at this time. Divine Creator, lay it on our ears. Careless over the sun, song is over. Yes. What is it that we, here we go, are meant to learn at this time? We have life force energy. Okay, just want to make sure that she's decent. All right. Revel in the bliss of being alive. This card is packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. As much as is possible, seek joy and upliftment in everything you do. Consider the foods you eat, the environments you spend time in, the people in your life, and what you wear. Increase your awareness of how things come to be in your world and their energetic resonance. You may be inspired to work with healing energies with the land, perhaps to grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine with vitality. Beautiful. Let's build a card pyramid, shall we? More messages from beyond Lemuria. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Oh, that should do it. Let's see, 4 cards, 5 cards. Okay, let's see where my heart leads me first. We're going to go here and then here. Then there and there and there. All right. So, beginning with the sound of the universe, signifying those pivotal moments that transcend belief, remind us of a greater reality and influence us so that life will never be the same again. It symbolizes the sound of the universe. Having your world shaken up even a little can invite a closer glimpse of the great mystery of life. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, and creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Listen for the hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multi-dimensional world. All right, and next up we have Realm Bridger. As you raise your vibration and explore different states of consciousness, you may experience phenomena you believe only happen in fantasy stories. Through meditation and journeying, we invite a greater awareness of subtle realities. These realms can be amazing places to bring through pioneering ideas and creativity. This card is about bridging the seen and the unseen. Just as water changes from solid to gas to liquid, we can catch the intangible in other forms. Metaphors, codes, or even maths can form the path of the visionary. From the mind and the heart, visions can emerge into matter. Dream outside the box. It's time to create the foundations of our realities in a fresh, new way. 2442 on the timer as I said that. Let's take a look. It's all about adaptability and hard work, two things which are essential to manifest our dreamy future. Cultivating a daily manifestation practice to hone our manifestation skills and give our spiritual well-being a boost. Yes. Our guides want us to focus on attracting abundance into our lives, keeping our thoughts positive and visualizing our dreams becoming a reality. The universe is supporting us to achieve that goal. We're being reminded to stay focused on our spiritual growth, which is crucial for our overall well-being and success. There aren't any negative meanings associated with this number, but if we resist the message behind the number, we may encounter difficulties in achieving balance in our life, manifesting our desires, and building a solid foundation for our future. And in terms of desires, beloveds, I'm here to say that the moment you take your mind off of those desires, the sooner that they will start gradually and steadily, more than likely slowly, but steadily manifesting. Desire can also be a destructive force. Yes. Yes. A slave to the ego, beloveds. Do please keep that in mind. Maintaining balance in all aspects of our life, including our relationships, vocations, and spirituality. Trusting in our abilities and divine guidance to manifest our desires and achieve our goals. Remember to stay focused on your personal growth and healing, which will prepare you for a fulfilling and abundant future. Alright, now let's go back into these cards. Life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning coming from Beyond Lemuria. Mount Shasta. Aware Lemuria would be destroyed, its people traveled to other parts of the globe. Mount Shasta was one place they journeyed. There are tales of an unusual phenomena and multidimensional beings living inside the mountain. This card is about origins, and the image is the seed crystal this deck is based around. Honor and look more deeply into your ancestry, both your bloodline and your etheric lineage. I call it light lineage, galactic lineage. All can apply. Do you have an affinity with any star beings? Oh, I know I do. I know several different races that I've had encounters with through lives, through multiple lives, timelines, galaxies, star families. Connecting with them might allow us greater insight into our traits, our strengths, and challenges. The sacred places you feel attracted to may have an intuitive message for you. Alright, and next up we have the high heart chakra and ecstatic bliss. This card taps into the blissful oneness we feel as we drop our edges in protective containers. This is the place where we feel held and seen, enough to flow into oneness, where the eternal part of me meets the eternal part of you. This is the selfless state where our higher selves commune to illuminate our perspective on how we share, gift and lift others in our joyful overflow, consider our life purpose by exploring what allows us to give in joy. All right, and we have She of the Lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of ourselves. Shadow can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness in self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate, reminding us that on the flip side of the coin, these are our superpowers. Interesting. So this actually is leading me to reach for that shadow work deck, just to see what comes out, beloveds. Oh, besides Himalayan salt. All right. Now, I'm not going to go into any great detail with these. I'm just going to share intuitively whatever comes to mind for each card that comes out, and we're going to draw this message to a close with areas where we can see life lessons, soul growth, parts of ourselves to study, and can promote higher learning, but more of like that inner wisdom type of note. So, oh, this card wants to slip sideways. Let's see what it is. Ooh. Number 14, and aggressive. Where have you been aggressive or dealing with aggressiveness? At the bottom of the deck we have empathic. So in terms of this aggressiveness, it's being placed on our hearts to be a bit more gentle on ourselves and others at times, because awakening can be a bit frightening. And I'm here to say, not everything that is beautiful is good. I mean, on a surface level, superficial surface level, not everything that is beautiful is good. And not everything that's superficially ugly on the surface is bad. Especially considering that this being has a third eye and it's wide open. So again, this is giving like being more empathic towards ourselves and others during this awakening process, because it can seem a bit scary at times. And see, here we are being those discoverers, as within so without. Continue being that that astronaut, so to speak. Just keep going. Just keep going. All right. We'll give it a few more shuffles. And here we go. We'll go with 2 more cards to wrap this up. In terms of life lessons, teachable moments, we are being entirely too critical on ourselves, the loves, on and of ourselves and others, aggressively critical. Being guided to be more mindful of that inner dialogue as we become more mindful of that inner dialogue, leaning into a more meaningful life. Realizing that all things that we do are basically a ceremony of our one and only OG creator, source of all that is, was, and will ever be. Celebrating what we do have and making the best of it, knowing that our Creator always provides. To be thankful and grateful and stay connected with our Creator. And something is telling me that it's crucial to mention that our Creator is not only meant to be reached out to during times of struggle when we think we need help. Give thanks to what has already been provided, especially in terms of these life lessons, soul growth, and higher learning. Making a ceremony of sorts out of these studies. In order to continue expanding on that ancient, ancestral, and inner wisdom. And remember that in some of our interactions, some of these beings are actually from the future. And we are the ancient ones, according to their perspective. That inner wisdom, that inner knowing, continue tapping into that as well. Oh, sync. And this is where we draw it to a close. That divine intuition. This is confirmation of what I was just saying. Tapping into that inner wisdom. following those nudges and calls to action. One step at a time, one day at a time. Always be pumping those spiritual muscles. And remember that steady wins. And when we become more steady, we become less critical. When we transcend that ego, that false self, we become more aligned with that spiritual growth and higher selves, further enhancing our intuition, divine intuition. All right, that is the message. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. If you made it this far, you are a rock star. With much gratitude and appreciation for loves. From my heart chakra to yours. Brightest.